Uh, Behind of me is amazing view to Baku Bay, and one can see the line near the horizon. This is the island Büyük Zire, and the former name, ancient name of this island is Nargin. But the history of this island, there are a lot of tragic things which happened in the more than 1 century history. The tragic and magic history of the island continues more than a century. From the end of the 19th century, where the lighthouse was built in the island became by the Russian Tsar. It was the idea that the island will be, first of all, it will help to the ships to come to Baku, because the island is just 15 kilometers from the capital of Azerbaijan, Baku. And lately, it became the Caucasian prison, which was used by the Russia to keep there. By some historians, they told that half of the all prisoners in that period, and the period of the First World War, they were kept in the island, and actually all of them died because of the difficulties of the life there. Lately, the tragic history of the island was continuing, and it was the place where the Bolsheviks, they were also using the place as a prison, and lately in the Stalin time, it was the place for the oppositioners to the Stalin regime, and it was type of the Gulag. Lately, more in the Soviet time, the terrible history of Ireland was continuing, and there was the military base of the Soviets. This history, of course, made the island is not possible for civil people to live there, so it was kind of prison in the sea, and in the 80s, in the 70s, 60s, 80s, it was the place where the regular soldiers, they were just training to be in army for that for 2-3 years. And once to the co-curator Ketevan Korzahi and to me came the idea to research the tragic history of the island and to try to make the reflections through the artistic installations in the site-specific type. We decided to organize the symposium, which will take place in the island, and artists, and it happened in 2003. Artists from different countries, from France, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Lithuania, and Latvia, joined together and lived in the island more than 10 days. During that period, amazing installations and performances were done, and in details, everything presented in this gallery, in the slideshow, in the video films, in the photography exhibition, in the archive materials which are presented here as well. So the result of that project is not researched yet. So we did it 18 years ago. Until now, the project was just in the our tables as a photo documentation, as a video documentation, and only now, after this period, I cannot tell exactly why it happened, because one of the reasons that actually our project was done that period, now I can tell that it was done illegally, because the island was forbidden to visit for the public, but by somehow the artist could manage that. It was one of the reasons why we needed a lot of time to wait. The second reason that as curators we are thinking that this some time needed to pass, some time needed to create a distance between the work, the art work which is done, and the time which it should be analyzed and presented. Another interesting thing and important that why artists were so urgent to go to place which is forbidden and to reflect to the history of that place, because in that period it was information that soon the island will be transformed to the modern center with the shopping malls and with the enjoyment places, other places, boulevards, and etc. And of course, all the history could disappear. And we were so hurried to keep the natural conditions and to document through the art the history. So it was the biggest reason for the artist to go there and to work. If not to go to the details in my short presentation, I would like to tell that it was the amazing, important and unforgettable experience for all of us, for the curators and for the artists. And it was very touchable because it was like a plain history. And everything in this island, it was the part of the environment which was never, the line which was connecting the history and today life never was cut it. And I think this energy, this reflection is openly visible in every work. In this gallery now we're presenting the exhibition. It is just a fragment of everything which what were done that time, and now we're presenting just 3 artists from the group of 7 artists. And but we're trying through the documentation, through the video documentation and photo documentation to show more about that project, which is in the future plans. We're planning to show the project in the full format.